But Joseph Buckley, he posted a video this morning, which he doesn't usually do. He only posts them on Saturday afternoons at noon, and yeah, he uploaded, what's it called? There it is, Scumbags Follow-Up, the Riotin Realtor, 9 months later, extra with the Epilogue, yeah. Let's just...
What video to my Scumbags of the Internet episode about the Riotin Realtor was originally a Patreon exclusive that I've decided to share with everyone as a midweek bonus video. I've also added an epilogue with new information that's come out over the last month. Happy Thanksgiving week to my US friends, and happy middle of the week to everyone else. About 8 months ago, I did a Scumbags of the Internet about Jenna Ryan, the Riotin Realtor, the woman who took part in the Capitol riot and posted all about it on the internet, and then asked President Trump to pardon her as one of his final acts in office. I thought it might be fun to do a follow-up. Can a scumbag clean themselves up? Is there redemption? Or, similar to Coffee Karen, do they just get worse?
Well, since Buckley's the leftist,
in August, Jenna pleaded guilty to illegally demonstrating inside the Capitol building, according to CNN, and was fined $500, and we'll hear the rest of her sentence at some point in November, where she could face up to 6 months in jail. But CNN, her sworn enemy who she indirectly threatened, believed...
You didn't even say the tweet. When did the Capitol? The reason to stop lying about us, we're gonna come out to the studios next. Gonna smash the windows of the Luthers. It's kind of a threat, no. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that is a threat. It's just... Oh, Jenna. Yeah, there is a threat. It's just her sworn enemy. Why doesn't Buckley work for CNN?
Right. Believes she'll serve less or even no jail time. Might come down to whether or not she's shown any remorse. Has she? Well, in February, she told the Washington Post that she bought into a lie, and the lie is the lie, and it's embarrassing. I regret everything. And complained that not one patriot is standing up for me. I'm a complete villain.
This is the most annoying.
She says, I was down there based on what my president said. Stop the steal. Now I see that it was all over nothing. He was just having us down there for an ego boost. I was there for him. So it seems like she might have had a bit of an awakening. The DJ Khaled would have said to her, congratulations, you played yourself. So about the awakening, maybe let's not call it that, maybe a slight eye-opener before going back to sleep. She opened her Twitter back up after shutting it down for a little bit, and in March, when someone suggested she'd be going to jail over this, she said, definitely not going to jail. Sorry, I have blonde hair, white skin, a great job, a great teacher, and I'm not going to jail. Sorry to rain on your hater parade. I did nothing wrong. Now, I guess she's demonstrating that she knows how the US works, but is that a good look?
So, Buckley does agree that white privilege is a thing. I knew he was going to get to it eventually. I knew that he was going to say that white privilege is a thing. I'm just waiting for him to do a video on it.
Gloating that because you're white, you won't do any time. Suggesting the only people who do go to jail couldn't be described the same way you describe Aryans. Yeah, we all know this is how it works.
We all know
saying it out loud as a point of pride is not a good look. If you were to see it, they might be like, oh, well then, just to make you an example, let's see how blonde that hair stays over the next 6
months. This is the thing about Buckley, So, a while ago, yeah, when he did the video, he said, oh, I criticized Black Lives Matter, I criticized feminism, I criticized the Women's March. Actually, I don't know if he criticized the Women's March, because I know that, what's his name, the one dude, the guy who drinks beer, Dr. Random Markham, he did a video, not a video, just a response. Well, yeah, it is a video because they got on camera and talked about it. Yeah, he was just talking about how Buckley was defending a lot of, that's a whole other story, just that Buckley was defending the Women's March, and so Buckley was trying to prove that he's not woke in this video because he talked about a lot of other things, like LGBT and BLM and Pride and stuff, and how he's, not for this, This right here, this one little clip, ruins all of that.
Months with no access to dye or bleach, and you're showering with shitty bulk prison shampoo. Obviously, she's also not that mad at the patriots who wouldn't come to her rescue, as she's been heavily promoting Getter, a social media platform I would have assumed was created by Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done on Getter. It was actually made by former Trump aide and senior advisor Jason Miller. And just like the Freedom Phone, guess what? This was a retooled Chinese app. Miller basically modified it.
Did she say that she doesn't like Chinese products or something?
An app called Gtone wiped all the previous accounts and relaunched it as Getter. Anyway, she's been retweeting Mike Pompeo and asking people to follow her on Getter, saying trolls won't be on that platform, which sounds like censorship to me. And now, will someone please create an alternative to Facebook?
Censorship. Buckley. That's the other thing about Buckley, that he relies on cheap gotchas that oftentimes aren't even gotchas. This is one of them. Will someone please create a platform where I can only see things I agree with and where I can say whatever I want without telling me I'm an a-hole?
Book that features local groups and common interests? In other words, will someone please create another echo chamber for her to tell people how blonde and white she is without fear of repercussions?
Buckley's videos are an
She
echo
also
chamber.
posted this. Huge. Revolver News breaks report on likely deep state plants inside Jan 6 uprising. Was it all planned? Which, were you a deep state plant, Jenna? Because you were there. Oh, or were you the only one who was there for your president and everyone else was the deep state plant?
Unfortunately,
so I think it's safe to say her embarrassment has worn off and she's back to buying into the lie. Although the Washington Post tells us she can't really afford to buy anything. She claims she was broke and desperate when she went to D.C., still $37,000 in debt to the IRS, bankrupt in 2012, and had barely held on to her home. Well, Jenna, I would suggest trying to keep your job as a realtor and to not pursue a career in music.
My home heart by Jenna Ryan. And I know somebody loves me, his name is Jesus, and I know somebody loves me, and his name is God. You are the Alpha and Omega, my Jesus, you stay the same, you strengthen my heart, and I know that you're there. It's just the lyrics. I don't see why he added this. Actually, it's better that he added this so that I don't have to hear his annoying southern accent, because every single conservative is a white southerner, a white southern trash hillbilly.
That's not the end either. The song picks back up after the fade and keeps going. Anyway, she released My Falling Heart in August and tells a commenter that suggests that maybe a key change would have helped the song, that she'll be writing more songs in the future. I gotta tell you, I'm excited for this album. In fact, let's help her out. Let's think of some other song titles for it. How about The Deep State Made Me Do It?
Buckley is still living in 2016. He has to use Hillary Clinton. Conservatives, I mean, yes, there are some who still talk about Hillary Clinton. That is very minor, though, because now a lot of them do. A lot of them have moved on, thankfully. So yeah, Buckley's still living in 2016.
White, blonde, and free.
Shut up! Your southern accent is so annoying!
Or is it? And Jesus, take the wheel while I post on Getter about how persecuted I am. So, like trying to use a McDonald's coupon at Burger King, there's absolutely no redemption here. Oh, that fake news CNN. They got it wrong again. Well, sort of. They were right that she wouldn't serve 6 months. Wrong that she wouldn't serve any. Apparently, she'll serve 2. Yes, on November 5th, Jenna was sentenced to 60 days in prison, which was very confusing to me because she's tweeting up a storm lately. She's made like 10 TikTok videos.
I was not guilty on all counts. I mean, to praise the Lord. How could she have tweeted this on November 19th if she was sentenced to 60 days in jail on November 5th? Cell phone in the old wallet.
Imagine being a 50-year-old woman making TikTok videos. Says the 40-year-old making YouTube videos. But anyway, if she was sentenced to 60 days in the slammer, How is she making TikTok videos and a podcast?
Well,
in her TikTok, where she talks about the sentencing, she says that the jail term doesn't start for 2 months. So
it
they're letting
starts
her
in
be
2
free
months.
for Christmas. As they used to say in the 30s, well, gee, mister, that's mighty white of ya. Now,
Huh? Buckley.
Christmas. As they used to say in the 30s, well, gee,
How?
mister, that's mighty white of ya.
This is
Now, if you
crime.
remember my original Scumbags of the Internet video, I gave her that title not so much for her
Oh,
role
Riotin
on January
Realtor.
6th, but for her claims that she was fundraising just for the sake of letting people feel good about giving her money, as if she's a church or a real charity. Meanwhile,
Take a
she
secret
bragged about
idea
not
donation.
needing it. But we now know that was a lie, and the lie was
Shut
the lie.
up!
She tweeted shortly after being sentenced that
She's
she's
still
seeking
working
alternatives
for-
for fundraising since Stripe
plenty
and
of
PayPal won't let her
opportunities to
use
do
them
best,
to help her
everybody.
cover her legal expenses, which, by the way, included a stay at the Trump DC hotel.
Wait.
Guess all is forgiven. She's
Oh,
not
the
that
hotel,
mad at him
okay.
anymore for not helping her. $491 a night for
Oh, I
the
almost
cheap
thought he was
rooms,
in Southern
$1,143 for the
the
suites.
cringy
Plus, she
Southern
enjoyed
accent.
room service
I
and
wonder what Buckley
champagne.
thinks of Kyle.
I figure I'm worth
Shut
asking
up!
others to give you money so you can spend it on
All these lowlives who don't want us to work covertly buy video games. I have to. Oh, I didn't even zoom in.
unnecessary luxuries. Gee, who gets accused of that all the time? Anyway, she also says that she's written a book and has delusions of it
Wait, what?
becoming a $43 for the suites.
pay
Plus,
attention
she
to
enjoyed
this.
room service and champagne. But I figure I'm worth
Oh
it.
my god, I shouldn't have done
Asking others to give you money so you can spend it on unnecessary luxuries. Gee, who gets accused of that all the time?
that. I knew Buckley was a socialist, or at least a socialist defender,
Anyway,
sympathizer.
she also says that she's written a book and has delusions of it
Buckley's a
becoming a
socialist.
movie. Well, I got the perfect title for you, Jenna. From Mortgages to Martyr. The Jenna Ryan
What is Jenna?
story.
How is
Coming
Jenna
soon to a
relevant?
BitChute account near you.
And that's the end of that cringe fest. Thanks everyone. Actually, nobody's in chat, so I'll just end it here. Buckley.